You expect your most improvement from week 1 to week 2. You talk to guys leading into week 1 on what they need to improve upon, but at that point it's sort of all theoretical. They haven't seen it on film, and sometimes they don't even really believe you. So now they've seen it on film after week 1. We know what we need to get better at, and they had 2 weeks. So hopefully that jump from game 1 to game 2 is even bigger.
But you don't know. But you don't know for sure without a game. Is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, as coaches, we talk about you need to improve on this, you need to improve on that. But when you're going against a scout team and you don't have actually game film to back it up, where they see themselves on live game film, it's theoretical, like I said.
How much have you been able to kind of contemplate now with Ed coming back, probably John Reschke coming back, how you're going to work all those guys in there?
Yeah, you know, probably the guys that played the most last week will play the most this week, and you'll get a chance to work those guys in. Reschke, he's fine, he's ready to go. He had, you know, a couple weeks off of football. Ed's had a year off of football. So he probably will get worked in a little bit slower, but they're going to play. Both of those guys will play.
You enjoyed the bye week to get out and get some recruiting done and take care of some things?
Do I enjoy it? No, I'd rather play football, but I mean, we do. We got on the road. I hit Jacksonville, I hit Atlanta, I hit Columbus, you know, so we were running around. We saw some guys practice. It was good in that regards, and we really got to, especially with our younger guys, like a Raekwon Williams, I really think he's gotten a lot better in 2 weeks since the first game, because he has his first ever game film to look at and realize what he can work on. And we got to have a couple pure fundamental practices in that bye week.
With so many linebackers in your room, do you almost look at it like the running back situation where you can get a hot hand in there and stick with it? Or do you...
Hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah, you can. There's no doubt about it. Especially if someone's hot, for example, rushing the passer. That stands out. You notice that. You say, oh, we get him in there and blitz him a little bit more, for example. But when guys are playing good, it has been the tendency to leave them in there.
How has Ed looked? Does it look like he's trusting that knee again, or is that going to take some time?
The best ever this week. You know, the bottom line is he's now officially cleared to play, and all of a sudden there's a real light at the end of the tunnel. He can see it, he can taste it. It's not just talk anymore. So all of a sudden it feels better because he can really play.
7 days ago, before he was officially reinstated, was he still working in with the ones? Were you guys taking that step with him to anticipate to that point where he'd rep with the starting 11 type thing, or start the next 11 even?
No, yeah, the next 11. We didn't ever put him in with the starters purely because, hey, we need this guy officially cleared before we can use those reps. I mean, you have so many reps during a week to get ready for a game, so we weren't going to do that when he wasn't cleared yet. But he was repping with the twos. He was getting a chance, and it's not like he hasn't practiced football.
How much have you guys watched that 13 tape in the last couple of weeks?
We've watched 10, 11, 12, 13, pit game, you know, everything you can think of that can give us a feel. So we've watched them all.
What about what they did in that game and throwing the ball deep? I mean, how do you coach up your corners and really your safeties to be prepared for that potential again?
Well, you have to, first of all, you have to anticipate. You have to know that's what's going to happen. And quite honestly, if some of the underneath stuff happens, those aren't 20-yard plays or automatic first downs on the pass interference. So we're anticipating it. We'll try to get them in some better positions without talking about how doing that, but we know that's what's going to happen.
How critical is it to have Byron Bola, you know, ready to, you know, step in and play like he did against Furman?
Oh, it's important. And Shane Jones is good to go now too. So both those guys have been rolling with the twos at the Mike backer, and they're both very able, very knowledgeable, knowing our defense.
What have you seen out of Byron?
What have I seen out of Byron? Oh, I think he knows our defense inside and out now, but he's real confident with it too. You know, that's the thing. He probably knew it a year ago, but wasn't as confident that he knew it. So the people around him feel when you're confident, they're feeling that he's confident right now.